Hi, this is Charlie from Path of the Bee. Today I'm going to run some material through my Riverdance mini jig. I was coming home from a long trip and decided to stop in at the Clearwater River at a beach there and mess around in the sand, and was able to get a few specks of gold. So I gathered up 3 buckets of it here and brought it home. It's a little dry, and so what I'm going to start off by doing is adding some water to it and then a couple drops of jet dry just to help it not float as it goes through the jig. I'll run a little water in my bucket here. Okay, now I've got some standing water on top, and I'll just put in a little dash of jet dry here. That'll all sink through. As long as I keep stirring this as I go, it'll stay mixed. All right, let's turn our jig on here and see what happens. We'll add some water to it first. Get that pumping our way. I'm going to use a recirculating system here today. Even though I have fresh water, it kind of helps. I can get a little bit of jet dry in it too. All righty, there's our water doing exactly what we want it to do. Turn our jig on. Make sure you got that push-pull feeling going on there in the screening. Yeah, I think we're doing all right. All right, we'll start off by adding a scoop, see what it does. All right, it's running material out the top. We're just gonna go ahead and start feeding it to it here. It can take material pretty quickly. I do have the 100 mesh screen in here today in the mini jig. Okay, you can see that material is lifting up and settling down as it goes through there. I can feed it pretty fast. Okay, so down here in the bottom of my bucket still needs a little bit more water. I found some dry material. Add a little bit more water. Okay. Rinse this out. Okay, well, we'll dump the rest of this bucket right up in here. Out it goes. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, empty bucket. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get those other 2 buckets over here, and I'm going to time it and see how long it takes to run them through. Okay, so I got 15 after, so that's going to be about 6 minutes. And then we'll do another bucket, and we'll see how long it takes. Check the time here, 21. So both those buckets average 6 minutes apiece. So I guess going to say that that's how long it takes. A person should hypothetically be able to run about 10 buckets an hour then. And we'll see what we get out of these 3 here. I'm going to wrap this cord back up. And we're going to take this off of the deal. We'll clean this up later in that tub. I'm going to pour off this water here carefully. I'm going to go there into that corner. Okay. Okay. Now we've got a a bucket of concentrates. I think we're going to run this material across the table. We're just going to set it up and see what happens. There we go. Get that bump in there. Keep this material running across here. Black sand's walking right over to that corner, which is a good sign. Okay. Get any microfines in here, we'll get them out. Okay, looks like we got it. We'll shut her down, see what it looks like in our cons tank. And then we'll take this bucket of water out of here. In case I missed something. We'll pan this out very carefully and see what it looks like. And then this one right here supposedly has all my goodies in it. And we're gonna check that out. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these two buckets out front and we're gonna pan them out and see what we got. This is the number one cons from the table that I just did, and we're gonna see what we can pull off here. A lot of that's purple. I can see that there's garnet in this. A lot of garnet. A lot of this black is actually some really dark purple garnet sand. Well, here's what we're looking at in here. A little line of gold in there. Not a lot, but some. Looks pretty good. Dozen specks or so. I'll try and get that snuffered up. I don't think that's enough to even weigh, but lots of little flakes in there I keep seeing show up. Oh. So that's a 100 mesh minus is what we just ran through there. Anything that was over 100 minus is going to be in the jig. I think what I'll do is it's helpful to have some black sands to get the gold underneath and get the blondes off the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and put everything in the jig, in the tub, and then I can pan all that material out again. So I also have my jig shot in it. Panning techniques aren't all that great, but you can tell we got some gold out of the Clearwater River anyway. Bigger pieces, littler pieces. I'll get this all snuffered up. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan out that tailings that I had, and just to see what's in them, see if I missed anything. This is the tailings that we had. We're going to wash them into our pan here, all of them, and then see how that turns out for us. All right, now we'll go ahead and we'll pan this out, see if there's any goodies that we missed. Yep, there's just one speck of gold in the pan left that made it through my table, even at that. Here, you can see that speck. So I'll go ahead and get him sucked up, but we'll keep working on matting for that table. Make sure we get one that doesn't even let a speck by, because that's not okay. We're making progress though. I'm pretty happy with the mechanical function of this table. It was well engineered. Dave did such a super good job on this that there's little room for error. So the matting is like kind of my own creation, and so that's my own place that we've got to work things over. So okay, the only one last little thing that I can do here is I can I can rinse off this jig shot a little bit better and try and see if there's anything stuck in it. But I'm not expecting that. Then we'll snoof it out here, see what we got. Nope, I don't think there's anything in that. I think that's a non-issue there. All right, well, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.